Okay, before we start, I'm just like so obsessed with my lips right now. Like, I just got these new lippy sticks from Colourpop, and my lips have never looked fuller in their entire life. And I'm like so obsessed with it right now. I am not monetized, and this is not a sponsor. I just want to give this company recognition because, damn, their lippy sticks are wonders. Hey guys, Cait here. This video is going to be, I know I say a little different more often than I should be, and actually, I'm gonna do it something different. Like, this video is going to be a lot different than what I usually do because I've always wanted to do this, but I never got the chance to do this. But we're gonna play a little game today, and like, this is a game that I kind of played with myself to either one, test my sanity, or two, test my music taste. And it does involve K-pop and American music. So there are these games on YouTube or quote unquote games that people like invent. Like, I wouldn't say invent, that's not the proper word for it, but they create a game video where it's called Pick One, Drop One, Save One, Drop One, like whatever the title of it is, it's the same concept. It's basically this game where you have to pick one thing over the other. This might be very interesting to see how K-pop and American pop compare, especially if the songs come out at like the same time as each other, or like if they have the same musical concept, or if they have the same, like, you know, lyrical concepts. Like, why the heck not? I might as well give it a try. I put the creator of the videos down below, and I'm not gonna react to the video with you guys because copyright, and I don't want to get copy striked, even though I'm not monetized, but I don't want to risk that. By the way, before we start, some of these videos, they have the rules where it's like, oh, you have to pick one or drop one. Like, you can't really pick both and you can't really drop both. But because this is my video, I don't care. If I don't like a song, I will tell you about it. And if I'm forced to pick a song that I don't like, we're gonna have problems. Okay, so let's begin. Oh yeah, I remember this one already. So the first round was, I think that's Fiancé. God, I wrote these down very quickly, so I might have forgotten all the emphases and things on these titles. So it's Fiancé by Minho, the rapper, and Do Re Mi by Black Bear. You know, the guy who basically created the Hot Girl Bummer song. So basically, they tried to force me to choose like two quote unquote rappers or whatever who are known for very misogynistic material. So it was very easy for me to drop both of these. Like, I don't care anymore about the rules of, oh, you have to pick one. Like, if I'm forced to pick someone who's like known to be sexist in the K-pop community and the guy who wrote like some of the worst songs I've ever heard in recent memory, I can't do it. I just can't do it. Oh, and oh my god, too, I saw the music video for Do Re Mi, and it's basically this guy who's cursing at the top of his lungs while reading to children who look like they're under the age of 10. Like, I cannot express to you how much in poor taste that is. Okay, next one, it's Middle of the Night by Monsta X and Lost in Japan by Shawn Mendes. I am a pretty sizable Shawn Mendes stan, but I remember when Lost in Japan came out, like the remix, I'm gonna talk about the remix version of it, which I didn't know was the remix version of it until I looked it up, and it's okay. It's not terrible, but I remember Shawn was promoting it to be like, oh, this is his best single that he ever wrote or ever performed, but It literally wasn't. It was like the bare minimum level of a pop song. I mean, there were worser things that came out that year, but the song was not up to the standard that I wanted Shawn Mendes to be. So it was very easy for me to pick Middle of the Night by Monsta X because I really love Monsta X. I saw them in virtual concert. They performed a very good show. And Middle of the Night is just more enjoyable than Lost in Japan. So I went with Middle of the Night for that one. So that's 1 point for Kpop. The next round is Alien by Lee Soo-hyun and Super Lonely by Benny. I think that's how you pronounce that? Okay, so I remember listening to Super Lonely when I was working on my top 10 or top 13 best and worst pop songs of 2020. I think it was 2020. And I watched the videos that were already done before me because I was super late. This was at the time where my work life was just really bad. And they put a lot of these people who did these lists put Super Lonely by Benny on the worst list. I don't think the song should garner that much hate because I get what the message of the song is, and I get that we were in the time period where it's basically eat the rich, very anti-popular girl, popular guy type of realm, so I understood what the song was about, and I mean, it's not great, but I thought it was okay. Like, would I put it on my playlist of favorite songs or to listen to on repeat? No. But Alien, when I first heard Alien, I haven't heard a song like that since like 2014, 2015. We need more songs that are quirky, but at the same time, it looks like the person was having fun while doing it because there's having fun quirky, and there's also quirky just for the sake of doing it, and quirky for the sake of doing it is not a good song. So this was a very easy pick because Super Lonely was only okay, but Alien just hit different. So that's point number 2 for K-pop. Okay, the fourth round is Solo by J Park, who is extremely very popular, and if you ever diss J Park, I heard you get burned at the stake, versus Cheerleader by Omi. Oh boy, this was completely easy. I think any song by J Park was going to beat Cheerleader by Omi any day of the week. Even like J Park's worst song ever was going to beat Cheerleader. Because I remember like being in my senior year of high school, listening to Cheerleader on the radio every single time I got in the car, and oh my god. I mean, okay, I'm exaggerating, so it wasn't that bad when I first heard it, but then I remember I was doing the laundry one day, and I was watching the Wendy Williams show, and they had Omi on as a musical guest, and he was performing Cheerleader, because that was his only hit, and it made me realize, oh my god, this guy is horrible live. Like, he could not sing at all. And Cheerleader was mostly like pitch correction and auto-tune, and I didn't realize how mechanic it was until I watched that live performance. And holy wow, did I regret that. So Solo by J Park. Like, I didn't have to listen to like 1 second of Solo by J Park in order to make that decision. It's like anything over Cheerleader. Just about anything. Okay, round 5. This is going to be very easy of a pick. Starry Night by Mamamoo versus Faster Car. I don't know if it's even the title. Faster Car by Loving Caliber? I have never listened to Loving Caliber in my entire life, but I'd pick them any day of the week than the K-pop trash that is Mamamoo. I know Mamamoo people are gonna come after me for saying that, but have you ever watched their giant list of controversies? I don't want to get involved in that. So, Mamamoo by Hello Loving Caliber, whoever you are. Like, I'm probably never gonna listen to your music ever again, but I don't care at this point. Okay, round 6. I thought this was also gonna be very easy. You Mad by Bobby versus Believer by Imagine Dragons. I know a lot of people don't like Imagine Dragons. Like, they're kind of saying that they're basically the new Nickelback of rock music, which I can kind of see why, but I can't hate Imagine Dragons that much because it's either this song, which I think it's a bop. I think Believer by Imagine Dragons is a bop, or the like rambling mess that is You Mad by Bobby. So Believer wins. Okay, round 7, Astronaut by Stray Kids versus Rise by Jonas Blue. I was introduced to Jonas Blue a few years ago, back when I used to do the top 13s for British pop music, even though like I kinda got sick of doing those videos. Because I like British pop, but not to the point where I was like, oh, can I do top 13 videos of it? Like, it wasn't as enjoyable as doing like the American pop top 13 lists. So I stopped doing those videos. Same thing with the top 13 country hits. I just wasn't having fun with it, especially when country, it's almost every song sounds the goddamn same. Jonas Blue was one of those British hits or British artists that I really got into. Like, I don't know what it is, but it's like almost any song that he touches, it's really good. It's really, really good. Like, I wish I had a more intelligent word to use for it, but like, so when I heard Rise by Jonas Blue, I was like, please tell me, or give me a reason to like this song more than Stray Kids of all things, where Stray Kids have been known to have like those members like do like racist shit come up every now and again. But then Jonas Blue gave me a reason to believe, so I'm like, thank you. Thank you very much. So Jonas Blue was like, I don't know if I wouldn't, I guess, I don't know if American pop is a proper word at this point, because Jonas Blue I don't think is American music, so I'm just gonna call it Western pop music. Let's go with that. Okay, round 8. I am very sorry if I mispronounce any of these words or any of these names, by the way. I should have clarified that at the beginning. When it comes to Korean, I am extremely terrible at pronouncing it, so please forgive me in advance, or please forgive me up to this point. Mame by J Park versus Tacky Tacky by DJ Snake. I think this is the song that featured Selena Gomez in it. From the first moment I heard Tacky Tacky, I did not like it. And it's, I mean, I usually would put the blame on Selena Gomez because she's that boring of an artist, but I didn't really blame Selena Gomez this time. This time, it's just the song is just downright boring. Like, I don't know anyone who likes Tacky Tacky. I don't. But if you do, you can put yourself in the comments, I don't care. But I really don't know anyone who likes Tacky Tacky anyway. So again, I didn't have to listen to J Park that much in order to choose that for that round. Round 9 was very easy to pick. So it was either I Can't Stop Me by Twice, and I did not like that song the first time I heard it, versus Blinding Lights by The Weeknd. I'm sorry, you put up any song against Blinding Lights, Blinding Lights is going to win every single time, because Blinding Lights is just that good of a song. Okay, round 10 was pretty much a shame, because they could have put any Western boy band song in this, but they chose the most forgettable. I don't know if I would call this band a boy band, but I guess they are. But they were more like one-hit wonders at this point. So they put Replay by Shiny versus Me and My Broken Heart by Rixton. Me and My Broken Heart was everywhere in 2014. Like, I thought it was okay of a song. I mean, was it my favorite? No. But it was just there. But putting this up against Shiny, that sounds like an insult. That sounds like an insult waiting to happen. Why couldn't you have put, like, I don't know, Bye 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 by NSYNC versus Replay by Shiny? That would make a lot more sense than putting Me and My Broken Heart by Rixton. At this point, if you guys know what my like alt bias group is, you knew what was gonna win in this category. So number 11, In the Dark by Jung Siwon? Siwon? Again, back to the I can't pronounce Korean for Jack. I am terribly sorry. Versus Lights Down Low by Max. I chose Lights Down Low by Max only if it's the Max by himself version. Like, if that song does not have the stupid rap by Nash, that would be great. That would be the most ideal. I thought In the Dark was fine. Like, I thought it was a pretty good song, but Lights Down Low without the Nash rap is so much better. So number 12, My Heart Skip a Beat by Purple Kiss versus Can You Feel My Heart by BMTH. I can't remember if that's like a full, or if that was just the acronym, or if that was the real name of the band, because I feel like that's an acronym, but let me look it up real quick. BMTH is short for Bring Me the Horizon. Again, I have absolutely never ever heard of this group or this band at all, and according to YouTube, the original music video came out 7 years ago, so 7 years ago, that would be 2014, 2013, so it came around probably at the same time as 5 Seconds of Summer, back when like those kind of edgy like boy rock groups were popular and all that, but I literally cannot remember any other like band that was that popular mainstream on the radio other than 5 Seconds of Summer or Brixton, which was the one-hit wonder of the two. Like, it was just, for some weird reason, like, between 2013 and 2014, that was, like, the main, like, that was what defined pop at that time span, but then it just vanished for no reason at all. I chose My Heart Skip a Beat because, at least that song is more memorable to me, but personally, I don't think these songs are memorable at all, but My Heart Skip a Beat was just more fun. Like, I don't think I'm ever gonna look up Bring Me the Horizon in my spare time. That's not gonna happen. Like, round 13 was basically an insult on my intelligence. They chose Life Goes On by BTS versus Fireflies by Owl City. Bitch. I was like in middle school going into junior high around this time period. It's Fireflies by Owl City over anything by BTS any day of the week. I actually saw Owl City in concert when I was in my teens, and I can't remember his name, like Adam, whoever it was, who's basically the center of Owl City. That guy can perform live on stage. I don't know why Owl City, like, vanished from the pop radios after a few years. I don't know why, because Owl City was, his song basically defined the year it came out. Like, I don't think every song tried to be Fireflies at the time, but that was the song that it would appear on the radio all the time, but it was the only song on the radio that people actually didn't mind. Like, people actually wanted to hear Fireflies when it came on. And I remember at every school, like, dance event after that, like, whether it was high school or whether it was college, this song better play at that party, because if it doesn't, people were gonna be mad. Okay, these next 3 songs, I remember in the video they called them bonus rounds, and when they say bonus rounds, they were not joking, because the songs that they picked for the Western pop was not what you expected. Or at least this was not what I expected. I was like, bonus rounds? Like, are they gonna go like old school? Because I thought they were just gonna go like to first gen of K-pop, which I was totally fine with. I could have enjoyed that, but no, they took a completely different route. And once I talk about them, I think you'll see what I mean. So round 14, as I call it, it was Waves by 80s, which was versus Hakuna Matata from The Lion King. And I'm talking about the animated movie, not the stupid remake that everyone hates. I don't know why they decided to compare those 2 songs for this round. Like, I was totally caught off guard. But I mean, it made their video a lot more interesting. I can tell you that. But basically, Hakuna Matata could beat anything. Hakuna Matata is not the best Disney song ever written, but it's one of those songs where it's like, how can you compete it with anything else? Okay, so round 15 is Into the Unknown by N-Flying. By the way, N-Flying is an extremely good K-band. Please stand them. versus Into the Unknown by Idina Menzel from Frozen 2. I don't want to go on too much of a rant about this, but I avoided Frozen 2 and that movie's soundtrack for a pretty good reason, because I was told by a lot of people that Frozen 2 is actually a lot worse than the original movie. So, I tried my best not to spoil myself. Like, I do want to watch the movie for the sake of review purposes, but I have tried to avoid the music from it as much as possible. But of course, if you go to Disney World quite often, you're going to hear the music eventually. And yes, Into the Unknown by N.Flying is actually a K-pop cover of the song from the movie. And I've listened to both versions, and they're both pretty good. Like, first of all, Idina Menzel is Idina Menzel. She is a goddess. Like, she's a Broadway goddess. Like, you don't touch Idina Menzel. That's the point I'm saying. But Into the Known by N.Flying is also really good, because when you set it to a rock genre, it's actually not that bad. It actually, I think, suits the song more in a way. But at the end of the day, I decided to go with Into the Unknown by Frozen 2, or from Frozen 2, because it's Idina Menzel. You can't really top her voice. It's kind of a joke if you chose anyone over Idina Menzel, at least in my opinion, because I grew up a musical theater kid, and I was taught you do not diss Idina Menzel. And last but not least, round 16, you have Kick It by NCT 127. I'm just sick and tired of all these NCT groups. Like it's basic, like they could basically make an anime about NCT, just like how Love Live does their animes, and no one would care. Versus I'll Make a Man Out of You from Mulan. I don't know how or why you would compare a Disney film, like one of the, like, I would argue that Make a Man Out of You is much better than Hakuna Matata. They're not the same song, because Hakuna Matata is a lot more like chilled, laid back. It's supposed to be fun. I'll Make a Man Out of You is a part of a workout montage, like, you know, those, I wouldn't call, like, yeah, sports movies, whatever, and there's that musical montage. I'll Make a Man Out of You is just, like, it's a Disney classic. I don't know why you would ever compare I'll Make a Man Out of You, the original, to a K-pop song in any way, unless someone else did a cover of it. But first of all, I think people have tried to make K-pop, or not K-pop, but I know people who have tried to make covers of I'll Make a Man Out of You, but none of those ever compare to the original. Like, I think it's Donny Osmond who actually does Shane's singing voice, especially the English version. So, like, how can you compare Donny Osmond to anything else? So, obviously, I chose the Disney song over NCT any day of the week. So, at the very end of it, out of all the 16 songs, I know I said drop both to the first one, so that one doesn't count. So, K-pop earns 6 points total, and Western pop music earns 9 points total. So out of the collection that I was given through this video, Western pop wins for the day. Like, I don't know what I was expecting out of this video, but I think the choices that you can tell for some of these game videos that they either try to make this, like, extremely hard as possible for you to pick, which I think is the way it should be, but sometimes they also do picks where it's like, okay, it's obvious that this one's going to win, because why would you choose the other alternative? But then there are some that are like, okay, this is just a matter of opinion. So I think the video that this guy, or this creator, created was very fair. And I think this is a type of video where it's like, people have their own opinions of what music they like. I think they mixed, like, the genres and the year the song came out pretty well, and I think they tried to match up each rounds, each of the two songs that were going against each other. I think they tried to, like, combine them the best they could, especially with the number 15, with the two Into the Unknown versions. I think it's the same song, but they gave you, like, two different versions where it's like, do you like the rock music version more, or do you prefer, like, the Disney, like, Broadway, the original version? And again, it's up to one's opinion. So, speaking of opinions, I have the original video of this game linked in the description box below. So if you ever want to watch it for yourself and you want to play along and give your opinions on it, please do. And if you want to share those answers with me if you like, please do so right down below and we can have a discussion on it, or you just do it for fun, that's fine with me. And if you actually like this video, make sure you hit the like button that's in the bottom somewhere here. Like I said, comments. If you haven't done so already, please hit the sub button and hit the notification bell if you want to catch up with all of my videos. And if you guys want me to do another video like this, please tell me. I think I mentioned in the comments like 3 times already. Please tell me. I think this was kind of fun to do, and I would like to do a longer version. I'll see you guys next time. I'm Cait, Cher, and it's been real. Ciao!